Hello, Internet. Yes, we have a very weird camera angle. Lighting issues, okay? Still doing some experimental stuff. Now, it's not just me who's no hands, it's my cameraman, who's still anonymous, who's no hands. It's magic. Show your hands. See, no hands. The camera's just levitating. It's magic. So yeah, continuing with the theme of happiness. You know, we did the theme of self-awareness for quite some time. Now we're onto the theme of happiness, I guess. And I know happiness is like so simple. I basically did it in one video. I know that. But, you know, there's some like nuances of how unhappiness can sneak in to your thoughts. Cause I mean, that's all it is. It's thought control. But there's an entire world out there that wants to control your thoughts for you. Cause that's how you buy stuff. You know, like you take, for example, the news. The news wants you to be afraid and sad. Because if you're afraid and if you're sad, especially if you're both at the same time, your cortisol levels, they go through the roof, and that's basically a survival hormone. Your brain associates cortisol with I'm starving. So you want to get very, very lazy, conserve energy, and eat as much food as you can. So you'll buy things like Domino's and McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts and whatever foods people buy. And of course, you know, because we're complicated, we'll also buy things like life insurance and health insurance and, you know, things like that. And then rich people get all kinds of money, and then the poor people get poorer because, that's basically one of the like phantom sources of unhappiness right there is these entities trying to control what we think, trying to keep us unhappy, because when we're unhappy, we're easy to manipulate. So that's why happiness is so important, because when you're happy, it's like you're in control of yourself. So, I mean, obviously turning off the news and you're not letting it control your brain is one step that you can take to be happier. I mean, obviously you need to stay informed, but, you know, not so informed that, I mean, you know, like, back right after 9/11, you know, the newscasters themselves were saying, you know, don't watch this over and over again. Except they kept playing it over and over again. But they were recommending don't watch it over and over again. You know, it's like conflicting messages right there. You know, be aware that it happened, but don't, you know, what's the word? What word am I looking for?
Dwell.
Yeah, dwell on it, or overindulge, or like, you know, don't make that the center of your focus, essentially, because it's your focus that it determines, you know, your internal state, happiness or unhappiness, essentially. But another practical thing that you can do to kind of take control of your levels of happiness is this. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You spend time with a lot of unhappy people, probably going to be unhappy. If you spend time with a lot of people who are like constantly criticizing you unfairly and like insulting you and tearing you down, you're going to be unhappy, because it's like human nature to focus on the negative. Minimize the negative and kind of spend more time with the people who are like accentuating the positive. And I know that sounds like a cliche, accentuate the positive. It's true though. You know, spend more time with people who kind of focus on the positive. Eventually you pick that up as a habit. And that's essentially what we're getting to here, is like building habits that reinforce happiness rather than unhappiness. Because it's so easy. I mean, the human brain is like a survival machine. It's wired to focus on the things that can kill us, the things that don't feel good. So it's so easy to like focus and build habits around the things that make us unhappy, the things that make us uncomfortable, the things that make us afraid. Because back in the olden Stone Age, doing that kept us alive. A lot of the things that we focus on today that make us unhappy, uncomfortable, scared, they're not really immediate threats, and we need to be aware of them, but we don't need to focus so hard on them that they dominate our lives or dominate our minds. Kind of put those to the side, focus more on the positive. What do you have? What's going right? Who's looking out for you? And you can take that to whatever supernatural, spiritual level you want. Somebody is looking out for you. I mean, I guarantee it. Whether it's like friends, family, coworkers, or some spiritual entity, somebody is looking after you. Somebody has your best interest at heart. Focus on that. And then I bet you get a little bit happier. By the way, we need a better name for you. Anonymous just doesn't work. How about Bubba Boba Brain? They can't see the thumbs up because you're out of camera. So you're not talking? He's like the Stig, only he doesn't appear on camera either. He's like Ghost Stig. That could be your new name, Ghost Stig. I don't think he likes that.